All right, this is going to be about as straightforward as things get. I'm running up against a ton. 10:45 Eastern Standard Time Saturday night. Still have a bunch to do for our NASCAR premium package as well as our baseball offering tomorrow, so no time to build an intro and all of that fun stuff. That will be for the next edition of this. We're here to talk about the Toyota Owners 400 at Richmond International Raceway, which will be taking place in just about 16 hours. I don't know, math is a little tough right now. I won't go into reasons why. But this is shaping up to be a hell of an interesting race. Qualifying certainly turned out interesting with Matt Kenseth taking the pole and Austin Dillon starting from the back. Joey Logano will join him there. The big difference between Joey Logano and Austin Dillon is Austin Dillon knew he was being penalized from 5 failures of tests at Bristol, so he half-assed his effort on qualifying night, which is why he was about 40 miles an hour slower than all of the other cars in qualifying. He will actually be starting +1 in terms of place differential, and so will everyone else between 6 and 38 as a result of Joey Logano needing to get his transmission change and dropping from the 5th spot all the way down to 39. As a result, Joey Logano will start the race with roughly minus 34, 33 place differential, which is not good. I'm not going to go into it here. You could definitely head over to researchfantasy.com. I will drop the link to our premium package, only $5 a week. So basically, you play 2 $5 double-ups. If you win both, and I think you will if you're following what we're putting forth, you'll pay for the package in itself. So what I want to look at is 3 guys that I really like. Don't have all my information in front of me because, of course, my computer died while I was gone tending to some family issues. But off the top of my head, there are a couple of guys I want to mention. First and foremost, Martin Truex Jr. starting, I believe, 3rd in this race. Truex Jr. has just been racing way too well to not consider him. Interesting notes on a lot of this stuff. Truex actually has not been very good here or on short tracks in general, but he's performed fairly well in the past few races in terms of short tracks and things of this nature. Bottom line is this guy's just running way too well. You see him at 3rd. Ryan Blaney did not have great qualifying times, and Matt Kenseth isn't a guy that you think of as being the guy who's going to be there at the end. So, in my opinion, Martin Truex Jr. will be a pretty strong play in terms of not place differential. While, I mean, he could get +2 in that field, but I'm mostly looking at potential dominators, fastest laps led, things of that nature. He's someone who definitely sticks out to me as well. Let's drop down to Denny Hamlin at number 16. Hamlin is another guy that I'm really looking at, and I think his course history is pretty stout here. Guy that, well, track history, course history, whatever you want to call it. Golf, NASCAR, it's all the same to me. But Hamlin has done really well here, I believe. Car running very nice for him in practice today. That's something that his crew was feels pretty strongly about. I think that he's a guy who could definitely, come in as a plus option in terms of potential place differential. Outside shot of having some dominator statistics in this one, but he's a guy that I definitely have my eyes on this weekend. Finally, Austin Dillon makes for an interesting situation. Like I said, there's only 38 racers, so Logano will be starting 38th. Austin Dillon will move up to 37, so right away, +1 for Austin Dillon. Honestly, he's driving like a car in the mid to early 20s. So you're looking at potentially 17 points in place differential because he's not going to be penalized, which is why he ran the 82-mile lap. because he knew that he was going to be in the back anyway, so really why put any effort forth? As long as he can make it through Timmy Hill, Cole Witt, Jeffrey Earnhardt, Reed Sorensen, those junk drivers who could potentially wreck and make his day a living hell, I think that Austin Dillon has a good opportunity to move forth, and he's probably going to be pretty popular because, people are going to see Austin Dillon. They're going to look at the names in front of him, and they're going to say, yeah, something doesn't seem right about that. Austin Dillon should be able to move up 10 to 15, maybe even 20 spots here, so the sky's the limit for his place differential. Not looking at any laps led, definitely looking at some fastest laps if things open up, and he's able to move the car around the racetrack a little bit quicker through open terrain. So that'll wrap it up for our top three options. I mean, I don't necessarily want to say our top three options. I would probably rather word it three guys that I'm going to have some pretty heavy ownership on this weekend. Once again, that's Austin Dillon, Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex Jr. Thanks for joining us. Next time we'll have a more well-done video like the baseball, basketball, football ones. Until then, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel below. Head over to researchfantasy.com, sign up for our NASCAR mailing list, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter at Research and Win, and join us again tomorrow.